Hello everybody and welcome. This is Gretchen Heidel talking tonight this week in astrology. I'm a full-time astrologer, life coach, Reiki master, and so much more. And I am here talking about, oh my gosh, post-election. We made it through to the other side, thank goodness. And this is Monday night on 11/9, and I'm going to go over this week in astrology. So welcome everybody who is joining me live. Hello. We have a lot to cover tonight. Oh my goodness. Lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff to go on. And you know, I'll just tell you, I'm so glad we're post-election. We're on the other side of the election, so no more election talk, hopefully. And so if you're just joining me, like and share with your friends. Also, if you wouldn't mind, post your astrological sign, say hi, and I'd love to hear where you are tuning in from. You know, what state are you guys watching from? So hopefully we will be done with all this election stuff, right? So people are joining. Iris said hello. Ashley said Virgo. She's a Virgo, Libra, and Leo. Welcome. Juliet, hello. Welcome. Joanne, hi, how are you? Monica, yes. Yes. we are through. We made it through. Okay. And so if you watched my video from last week on 11/2 on Monday night, I always am live every Monday night on my Facebook page at 9 p.m. Eastern time if you want to mark it on your calendar. Last Monday, I was talking to you pre-election. It was the night before the election, and now we're post-election. And if you guys didn't get to watch that video, go ahead. But I will tell you that everything I talked about on that Monday night came to fruition. So it does seem as if we have a new president, Joe Biden of the United States. And I went over his chart with you guys, and we were talking about how the new moon and some different things helped him to win this election. And of course, obviously based on everybody's marriage and different things, but there was a lot of stuff that happened during this particular week that we just went through. I feel like we're all a little maybe tired or kind of worn down, and I have to tell you, there's even more energy this week. So we're gonna get going into it. Hello, Rita's my mom. Naomi, welcome. Joanne, Taurus, yes. Amy, Pisces in Vermont. Marianne, yes, happy to be here on the other side, right? Juliet, Taurus, Libra rising, Moon in Capricorn, welcome. Kristen, Sagittarius. Monica, Leo with Virgo rising, Virgo moon, welcome. So all y'all are just, yes, it's a lot calmer. It's a different vibe and a different energy. However, there's more. There's more stuff coming, and so we still have, I would love to just do a peaceful, like, everything's fine, and rainbows and unicorns and glittering kittens, but unfortunately, that's kind of not how 2020 is working right now. So we have a lot to cover. So tomorrow on Tuesday, on 11/10, we have Mercury now is fully going full force. So if you guys remember from last week, I was talking about how Mercury was very slow, very pokey. We would have a lot of delays, a lot of counts and a lot of recounts and different things of the election. And that was why everything was kind of gummed up and jammed up with Mercury. And Mercury is how we communicate, and it's how we express ourselves, and how we, like our get up and go and all that good stuff. And so when we exchange information, we're looking at Mercury, and Mercury was really blocked last week. Now finally the blockage has lifted. Okay. And like I told you, Mercury was had 2 squares with Saturn last week. Well, this week, Mercury's finally moving enough that Mercury basically moved into the next sign, okay, of Scorpio. So we have a returning of the Mercury and Scorpio thing, and if this seems familiar at all, we basically have had that previous to when it was in Libra. So now Mercury, even though it's sort of going slowly forward and slowly direct, because if you guys remember, Mercury retrograde ended last Tuesday. Now this Tuesday, Mercury is going forward enough to return. It was in Libra for 2 hot seconds. Now it's returning to Scorpio. So we're going to be going through the Libra through Scorpio, Mercury through Scorpio thing. And that's good news. I mean, we want Mercury to kind of be up and be running and all of that stuff. So it's going to be going forward. So that's all good stuff. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. But basically, we are going to get a rehashing of what it was like when Mercury was like in Scorpio during the retrograde. We're having the last revisit of the Mercury in Scorpio. And Scorpio, remember, deep psychological processes, looking under the surface, looking, beneath the hood of the car, what's going on under the scenes, behind the scenes, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of energy with that Mercury and Scorpio. So it's a lot of really deep discussions is basically what Mercury and Scorpio brings. It's always deep. Scorpio is always deep. And we're in Scorpio season anyway. The sun is in Scorpio as well. Okay, but I want to get to this next thing because this is the big thing. I mean, I got notes. Okay, I got some notes here scribbled down. Okay, so what the deal is we have the last Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, okay, in Capricorn. Now, just to let you guys know, that happened 3 times this year, including this Thursday. It comes to a peak on Thursday on November 12th, okay? Jupiter conjunct Jupiter conjunct Pluto at 4:39 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the peak height of it. But it's been active in the backdrop all this year, all of 2020, okay? And so these two come together, Jupiter and Pluto come together roughly every 12 to 13 years, okay? So that's like it's a kind of normal thing. However, and not every time is it this eventful, but you remember what I've been talking about. There's layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of complexity in 2020. So this is one layer that we're talking about in 2020, that this has been responsible for many aspects of what has been going on here. It is a thing in history that often plagues pandemics, endemics, epidemics, okay, tend to come around Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions. It's just a thing. I could go through, name all the things in history and times and places, but I don't want to bore you all with all of that. But I did some research, and what closely resembles this time frame is, and by the way, we're at 22 to 24 degrees Capricorn, okay? So that's where Jupiter is in Capricorn, Pluto's in Capricorn. So Pluto is death and destruction and transformation and Phoenix rising, but it's also like anything that's extreme. So it's like terrorism, it's fanaticism, it's religious zealots, it's anything that's like really extreme as far as, behaviors and all that. So when we combine Pluto, which is, the ruler of Pluto is, the god associated with Pluto is Hades, the lord of the underworld, okay? So that's pretty heavy stuff. When you combine Pluto with Jupiter, which makes everything big, okay, remember with Jupiter, whatever we put Jupiter with makes it larger. So I wish we were putting Jupiter with Venus because we'd have big love, but instead we're now having big, it's the planet of death. I'm not gonna mess around because we already know what the deal is, okay? So just to let you know, the 3 times it came to a peak, which means it was at its strongest, most potent time, was on 4/4 of this year, April 4th, June 30th of this year, and then this week on November 12th. These are at the 3 peak times, but it's been active. Don't mistake it. It's been active all year long in 2020. The time that this most closely relates to is 1770 to 1772. during the Russian plague. Okay, and that was in Capricorn. That was the last time, they were together in Capricorn, and that was during the Russian plague. 100,000 people died in Moscow of the Russian plague, and it was, a thing. That's not good, right? At the same time, and it was, excuse me, bubonic plague. So it was really like a lot, okay? Obviously not as much as COVID. COVID's bigger. But 1918, Jupiter and Pluto came together. During the HIV/AIDS crisis, Jupiter and Pluto came together. So in history, when these two come together, that's when there's been some kind of a thing. Now, it's not every time. We'll say it's not every time. But when they're like oddly aspected and, there's a lot going on, because we got to throw Saturn in the mix there too. And Pallas Athena into the mix of Capricorn. Now you got 4 planets hanging out together really all year in Capricorn, in that last final degrees of Capricorn. So, we're not done yet. And I have been reading, and maybe some of you have seen this. Apparently the virus COVID has mutated, and they're really strongly watching this in Denmark, where what has happened is COVID is zoonotic, where it can go from human to animal, animal to human, whichever order. It means it can jump species. The world's most deadliest diseases are diseases that can jump species. Think anthrax, think plague, think rabies, think any of that stuff. They're the most, Ebola, all that stuff are diseases that can jump species, because the disease is hardy enough to be able to do so. Okay. So basically what has happened is I know everybody's giving me like sad faces on the thing here, but it's just, we have to talk about this because this is what's happening. So in Denmark, apparently there are mink farms, like a mink fur coat, mink farms, and the people working in the mink farms have COVID, and they've given the minks COVID, and then the COVID is giving mink, giving it back to the people. It is turned into a new virus. Okay, there's a new name for it. I can't remember what it is. It's like, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's not called COVID. It's now called something else. And almost 200 people have gotten this new variation of this COVID virus thing, this offshoot. So they're really, really watching it unfold, and they're in the process of killing, they call it culling, all of the mink, which is like 17 million minks, okay, are being slaughtered, okay, to try to contain this virus. So hopefully it's not another pandemic on top of this pandemic, like a twindemic. So they're really, really keeping an eye on things. Now, I have in other videos told you guys that I predicted that this thing would mutate and be a thing. I know, the poor minks. Jane Moon Wolf said, poor minks. I know, it's just like, are we not getting that we shouldn't be doing this with animals? Like, are we not getting that? I mean, that's where like a lot of this stuff is coming from. So that's the thing. So we're keeping an eye on Denmark, and that's basically what the deal is. But it doesn't surprise me that, excuse me, last week, we were I started reading about this last weekend, unfortunately, about the Denmark thing and how they're keeping an eye on it. By the way, they've known about this since March. And they didn't really publicize it too much because they were like, we got it under control, but like they're losing control of it. So like 200 people now have had it. So I don't know, they haven't really publicized much about, you guys might even be able to read more about it, but I am really praying and hoping, because if you look at the dates that I just gave you, the 4/4, the 6/30, and now this week 11/12, this is kind of going on in the backdrop. So I'm really, really hoping that, because we also were talking this week about possibly having a vaccine now. Pfizer just came out and said we might have a vaccine for COVID. But if a new virus is forming, that's going to make it so that the vaccine potentially doesn't work. for COVID, because then we won't be able to tell who has what and whatever. So it's a hot mess. It's just a hot mess still. So 2020 is a hot mess, and it continues to be so. It's just one of those things. And we're also getting into eclipse season, and we're getting into other things that are still happening. So I will tell you, as 2020 goes on, we still have, and I know it's November, but we still have a lot packed into November and December. So what I'm telling everybody is, please, I have this gift, right? I have the gift of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. I have the gift of being a psychic medium, being able to do astrology and to see the things that some other people, even some other astrologers don't see. I can see these things. And I always say, what's the purpose of me having a gift if I can't help people? I want you guys to be careful. I know that it's one of those things that you hear it from the politicians, you hear it from the public health thing, you hear whatever, but the holidays are coming, and I'm seeing this pandemic / maybe a twindemic. Oh God, I hope not. I'm praying that it gets contained. But the thing is, and we're not even talking about the regular flu. We're talking about this crazy stuff. I want you guys, I know everybody wants to see each other for Hanukkah, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for Kwanzaa, for all of the stuff, right? Go shopping at Black Friday, all the things. But I want everybody to be safe. And that's, if I always say, if I can give you guys like a part of my gift, or if I could like just share it with you. My mother can tell you, she's watching. I get frustrated because I'm like, please, people, listen to me. But I want to help everybody as much as I can to stay safe, because all my loved ones, all my friends, all my family, anybody who's watching this, I know Jeanette said the virus already mutated. This actually created a whole new virus, Jeanette, just so that you know, in Denmark. It's a whole new virus. It's not even COVID anymore. Now it's a whole new virus. So just to let you know, this is like really serious. So yeah, my mom said, oh yes, she does. My mom's read on this thing. Yeah, I mean, you know, I get upset because I wish I could help. And I know that there's a lot of people out there, maybe, I don't know, that say things and it doesn't come true or whatever. But I'm telling you, like, you know, I have this gift, and it's one of those things that if I could help people more, I would. But I can with sharing knowledge and sharing information. And I always say this on almost every broadcast, but I always say forewarned is forearmed. So whatever you end up doing, I feel like it's one of those things that if you can prepare, if you can be a little safer, this is not the time to just put down your defenses and kind of like go, oh, you know, everything's over, you know, and whatever. It's actually, we're not even really in the full peak of it yet. So I was warning everybody about this winter coming, and winter is coming, you know, and it's one of those things that I've been trying to tell everybody, please, 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 everybody's going to get complacent. I said this over the summer, everybody's going to get complacent, and then this was going to happen, and it's happening, except for the people that watch my broadcasts, which you guys are going to be safe. Okay. And I hope that that's the thing. You guys are going to be safe. So I want you to listen. Please listen, because this stuff is real serious, and it's a thing. So that was my public health thing. And then here's the big cool news about this. Once this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, finally, when Jupiter actually is a pretty, I don't want to say fast moving. It takes a whole year for Jupiter to go through one sign, okay? Jupiter is about to move on next month, and it's about to go into Aquarius, and it's moving on, okay? It's moving away from Pluto. So when we get Jupiter to get away from Pluto, that's going to be really good, because we're taking the amplification away from Pluto. Remember, Jupiter's like putting speakers on a stereo. It makes it big and it makes it loud. So if we can get Jupiter to move on, hurry up, Jupiter, right? Move on and get away from Pluto, the planet of death and destruction, and you know, that'll be good. And also Saturn too. We need Saturn to move on as well, which hopefully that's coming soon, next month. But we have some more stuff coming with those two. But again, next year when we get those two to move away from Pluto, it'll start to ease up a little bit, I feel. I do feel that it's going to be an endemic potentially, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because it's really, you know, a thing. My mom said Archangel Michael will help with protection. Yes, yes. And also, you know, I know it got political, but I want people to wear a mask. I want people to wash their hands. I want people to social distance still. I want you guys to do all the things, okay? Because it is a thing, and I know that there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there and stuff, but I know wearing masks sucks. I used to do it. I worked in surgery for many years in veterinary medicine, and wearing those masks can make you feel like, oh, you know, like you're suffocating, but you get used to it. You do get used to it. I think we're all kind of getting used to it. I have, some of y'all know I have Leo rising, so I'm trying to, I'd like to have fashion masks, you know, so that it matches my outfit. That's a very Leo rising thing to say for those of you that know astrology. So anyway, so that's happening. So I'm glad it's peaking, though. Yuck, it's peaking again. And then after this, after the peak, this is the last one, and then we're kind of coming into the home stretch. So that's good. The second piece of good news that I have to give you this week is Mars is going direct, okay, on Friday the 13th. Of course it's Friday the 13th. Why? Because it's 2020. So Mars is going direct, okay, on Friday, 7:36 p.m. Eastern Time. So 3:36 p.m. if you're on the West Coast, Pacific Time. And I will tell you, Mars is going to be direct in the sign of Aries. So we're still going to be in Aries. Mars will still be in Aries until January, but at least it will no longer be retrograde, okay? And Mars has been very contentious, the god of war, right? So we've been seeing, you know, coming certainly before the election, a lot of people fighting, cyber fighting, like, oh, you voted for this and you voted for that and all, you know, the stuff. Very contentious. Mars has been very contentious. So Mars in Aries, you know, the ruler of Aries is Mars. So this is like super extra strong, potent Mars retrograde. So we're finally going to see that turn direct. So Mars retrograde will be over on Friday the 13th. November 13th. So we'll get a little bit of a break. Now again, these planets don't just stop and start like a light switch, so it'll take a week or 2 or 3 to even really get fully moving, but at least we'll be in the right direction, okay, going forward, moving on. Thank goodness. Faith said we need to be vigilant without being overly fearful, and you help us with that. Oh, thank you. With preparations, so many thank yous. Thank you. Gretchen said hi, and that's another Gretchen, not me. Harold Virgo, oh, you have Leo rising too. That makes sense. That Leo rising makes a lot of sense because I believe you do something with fashion, right? So and beauty and photography, right? Is that, Harold, what you do? And that definitely is Leo rising for sure. So anyway, so that's, you know, Leos, we like to have our sparkle, and we like to have our flair and all that good stuff. Okay. All right. So Kirsten said, planning to be very careful and hope to make a trip December 10th through 17th to visit your son on the West Coast, keeping yourselves in a cocoon. Thoughts on doing that? Well, you know, I would just say be careful. I can pull a card for you, Kirsten. I would say definitely be careful, obviously, while you're traveling. Luckily, none of these planets are going to be retrograde. Okay. So that's going to be a good thing. Harold said, yes, photographer. Okay, awesome. Jeanette said, it is a mutation. To be clear, this virus has been known to be powerfully potent with mutations, and this is a new variant and strain. Yes, it's a new strain. Yes, exactly. And thank you, Jeanette. She's posting that below. Yeah, so I had predicted, just so that you guys know, I had predicted that there would be another strain of this virus, or another part 1, like almost like flu part A, part B, and that the second one would not be as powerful as the first one or as deadly. So hopefully that helps. And I'm hoping that comes true as well, because I have said that there would be a part 2. So I'm hoping that that comes to fruition and comes true. And so thank you, Jeanette, for posting that. I appreciate it. And I am not an expert, by the way, in this virus, but I'm just trying to keep you guys updated. So the other thing is, too, is that we have a new moon coming. So, all right, let me finish this one quick thing first. So the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction is also going to get highlighted on Saturday the 14th. So just so that you guys know, anytime these Jupiter and Pluto comes together, what happens is all the other planets start to hit it and start to highlight it and start to do all the stuff, okay? So we'll be feeling it. It'll be like continuation. That's what happens with these big planetary things. When these big things happen with these far out planets, okay, that's basically what ends up happening, okay, is that the planets hit it, re-hit it, hit it again. So that's basically what's going to be happening. So it'll get highlighted again over the weekend. So we might hear a lot more news over the weekend about different things. Now, I guess when we look at the positive part of Pluto, it is transformation. So, hopefully we can be like phoenixes and rise from the ashes, and this doesn't, even though all of this stuff, it's easy to get caught up into the global thing. And I like talking about global stuff on here. I really do, because it kind of, I say, okay, this is what's happening. But in your own personal life, this doesn't have to be horrible, especially if these planets are kind of forming, let's say, trines with other planets in your chart. Like if you have planets in Virgo or Taurus or something, and it's highlighting that stuff, that could be a good thing. Okay, it doesn't have to always be negative, but the world we're living in right now seems to be really kind of going through a transformation, and it's not entirely fun. Just saying. So hopefully that helps, and that we can take that information. Forewarned is forearmed. Okay. Another piece of fun news is that the new moon is on Sunday. That's going to be in Scorpio, 23 degrees Scorpio. That's going to be on the 15th. Okay. And so it's one of those things that we're going to be another thing of transformation. Guess who the ruler of Scorpio is? Pluto. So Phoenix rising, transformation, oh my God, all the stuff, okay, that I'm just talking about is going to be highlighted on this particular new moon. Now, I said it was going to be on the 15th. It's 12:07 a.m., like right at midnight, okay, on the 15th. So really, it's earlier than that on the West Coast on the 14th. It'll be like 9:07 p.m. on the 14th. Okay, just to let you guys know, it's overnight. In other words, on Saturday night going into Sunday of this coming weekend. And so your rising sign, Jane said, 23 degrees Scorpio. Heck yes, girl. All right, so Jeanette is filling us all in. Man, she's really on it. I love this. Okay. The Danish government is now getting ready to put down, 17 million minks, which is what I had said a little earlier. The animals were infected, and that's where health officials discovered a brand new mutation they think might become a threat to the whole world. This is extremely serious and a threat to the entire world. Danish Prime Minister Met, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Frederiksen said at the news conference. So, now you have it. So it is a thing. So we will, we're going to be, I hope it's not a twindemic. I really, really, really hope that it's not a twindemic, but it is a thing. So, and we still have this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction going on. And again, we need to get rid of that. Also coming in December is going to be a conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn, also at the final degrees of Capricorn. So after we get through this, it's almost like as soon as you go over into 2021, it's like a little it's not like everything's totally fine, but it just, all this energy sort of goes and sort of, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it starts to lessen, okay, just to let you know. And somebody's asking about the 1111 portal, which we will talk about in a second, but I want to talk about the new moon. Scorpio. Okay, so writing out your new moon manifestation list. You want to write all the things that you want on your list. You're going to do this on Saturday. You can sleep with it under your pillow, and then on Sunday you're going to burn, on the full moon you're going to burn or destroy your list, and that's going to be coming at the end on November 30th, okay, just to let you guys know, and that's going to be a lunar eclipse, and then we're going to be starting eclipse season on November 30th. So there's more just stuff coming. I wish I could just in some ways as an astrologer, this is one of the most exciting times probably of my life. But as a person and a light worker and a human being and a healer, oh my God, this is like horror. A lot of this stuff has been pretty yucky. But this new moon in Scorpio. So where is Scorpio in your astrological chart? That's basically where you need to know, like Jane Moon Wolf said, it's right on her rising sign. So it's good to know. For me, it's in my 4th house of home and family. So it depends on where Scorpio is affecting you. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you don't know anything at all about your chart. Think to yourself, do you get along really well with Scorpios in your life, or do you not get along well with Scorpios? If you have friends, family, loved ones that are Scorpios and you just love them, you're probably going to have a great new moon. If you have friends, family members, and people in your life that are Scorpios and you don't get along with them, you're probably not going to have a fun new moon. Okay, that's kind of a good way to kind of assess it if you don't really know what Scorpio does to you or how it makes you feel. I like the energy of Scorpio personally. I have a Pisces moon, and so if you have any water in your chart, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you'll feel this new moon. This could be fun for you. It could be more challenging if you're a fire sign because it's in water. So if you're a fire sign like Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, maybe not. And you'll definitely feel it if you are a fixed sign. So Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, Aquarius. And those are the fixed signs. So you'll definitely feel that more. But remember, a new moon means the sun and the moon are both they're both at 23 degrees Scorpio. So on that day, the sky is going to be dark. It's actually the very best time to look at stars, by the way, because the light of the moon isn't interfering with stargazing. So if you are wanting to manifest something new, this is the time. What do you all want to manifest in your life? I'd love to hear. I'd love to have you guys post below what you would like to hear or what you would like to receive. You don't have to go into detail, but it would be fun what would you like to manifest on this wonderful Scorpionic new moon? Jocelyn said, thank you for all the help. Also, I have, I do have beautiful music playing in the background. And it's funny, I sat down and I realized I hadn't turned down my music, but it's new age music. So sorry about that, guys. I don't know if it's interfering with it or what. And so let's see, somebody else. Oh, Lori, she wanted to know about the 1111 portal. Okay. Oh, Lori said, you want to be director level on your side hustle. You go, girl. I love that. Kirsten wants to manifest joy, peace, and harmony in her life. Okay, I like that. Let's see. Juliet said, Juliet, even if you don't have any planets in your chart in Scorpio, there's got to be an area. Okay, I'm going to just, let's see. Let me just see. We talked about Donald Trump. I had his chart here from last week still. Okay, so see how Donald Trump doesn't have any planets in Scorpio at all right here? However, he has a house, 3rd house and 4th house, okay? So basically, it's 23 degrees. Let's see. So where is that going to be for him? It's going to be almost right on his IC, right in the 3rd house, okay, for him. So that's how you find 5, 10, 15, 20, 23. There's 23 degrees, okay? So it only goes 0 to 30, or really it's 0 to 29 point whatever. So it's almost 30. 0 to 30, 0 to 30, 0 to 30. So when I say these degrees, that's how you count, okay, just to let you know. And so So even if you don't have any planets there, it depends on what house it's in, and then you can find how that will affect you. For Donald Trump, it's going to affect his area of communication. So we'll see what that brings. Because that's always interesting. Let's see. Okay, Tara said, oh, this is Tara, a Leo, yay. Please send, oh no, lots of love and light to your boyfriend's dog. 2-year-old German Shepherd who's in the ER. No, pneumonia. I'm so sorry. We'll all say prayers for Tara's boyfriend's dog. Spiky is his name. He's a German Shepherd, and he's in the ER right now with pneumonia. Poor guy. That's unusual for an adult dog to have pneumonia like that. Maybe there's something else going on with him. So definitely, I wonder if he has, if he got exposed to COVID or something. I don't know. But that is unusual to have a dog with an adult dog like that. Iris is wanting to manifest a life partner. Okay. Jacqueline, I want to manifest balance in work with home. Okay. And she's looking for motivation. Jane said manifesting final processes of legal protection. Yes. Girl, you're protected. We're going to send you Archangel Michael. Monica wants time, reading, and creativity. That's awesome. Yes, you want to, you keep seeing 1111 everywhere. Well, let's talk about 1111 because that is a thing. Oh, Tara, he was at a kennel. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Let's do cards on for little Spiky and see what his deal is. Let's do cards for Spiky and see. I actually think he's going to make it through. He's going to be okay. This is solid as solid can get. I think he's going to make it through. Okay. Boy, I wish we could do that. I can't remember. Jeanette might be able to say what it is when you pound on their sides to loosen up the phlegm in the lungs, because I can see he's got, and I feel like it might be his right side is worse than the left side. Tara, so I don't know if they told you on x-rays, but that's basically, I'm sensing a right side lung more than left side. So left side feels partially open, partially affected, but not like the right side. The right side feels worse. Faith said chest PT. Yes, I do think I think he's gonna make it through, so just to let you know. Okay, so we're all gonna manifest. Okay, so I read it out loud, we put it out to the universe, you guys typed it on the chat here, and we're all gonna manifest this wonderful stuff on the new moon. So what do you want to bring into your life? A life partner, more money, job, creativity. I saw a lot of really good answers there, love and money. And so healing for a loved one, good health, love, money. People are putting all kinds of wonderful things there. So that's what we need to do, is we need to manifest those wonderful things, bring them into our life and put them on the list. Leave the how they come off of the list, okay? People often get caught up in, like, instead of saying, I want money or abundance, they'll say, I want to win the lottery. Well, why are we closing off all of the other pathways and avenues that money can come to us? Why does it have to just be the lottery? And by the way, I have people privately that have told me, I don't put money on my list, Gretchen, because I don't want to manifest somebody dying and leaving me an inheritance. I've had people say that. So go ahead and put on there, I'd love to have money and I'd love to have these things at nobody else's expense. First of all, I don't believe that you can manifest somebody's death. I'm just saying that. And second of all, just put that little caveat, write that little addition to, and say, I want money, love, creativity at nobody else's expense. Just have it come to me with abundance and blessings. I don't believe that we can manifest someone's death, but I'm just saying, that's, people have said that to me. They're like, I don't want to put that on there because I don't want someone to die. And I'm like, oh no, that. First of all, I don't feel if that happens, because I feel like when you're releasing something with love, it's just divine energy. It's not going to be that kind of negative stuff. So, but you can always write that in there. You can always put at nobody else's expense and have it come to me, in wonderful ways. And just leave it up to them. They'll make the determination, the universe. I see you're getting a lot of love to Spiky. A lot of people are sending Spiky love. Okay, so Kirsten, I wanted to do a card for you, and I will, I'm going to pull cards for everybody. Oh, I wanted to talk about the portal too. I will pull cards for, I will pull a collective card for everybody at the end. But I do want to look at Kirsten's travel, because she had asked me that, so I don't know if Kirsten's still on. So will travel be okay for her to go to the West Coast to visit her family? Oh, wow. Girl, you got one of the best cards here. Have faith. Have faith. You can see Prince of Heaven is the name of the card. By the way, these cards are so old now that they don't really even have the writing on it anymore. I've been using these for almost 20 years now for doing professional sessions, but this is have faith, girl. Okay, so this card is like the saying, let go and let God, if you've ever heard that expression. In other words, you leave it in the hands of the angels to get you there safely, Kirsten. But I feel that take all your precautions, okay? Wear your mask, wash your hands, disinfect, all that. But I want you to just, because I see it being safe for you guys to go. So just to let you know, and I hope that helps. And by the way, Saint Christopher is a wonderful saint to pray to while you're traveling. Saint Christopher is the patron saint of travel. So I always say prayers to Saint Christopher when I have to go anywhere. And so he helps to get you there for sure. Okay, so direction, Rosalie. I want to do a pull card. Yes. Hello, everybody that's joining, by the way. And if you guys could like and share with your friends, and tag a friend that might be interested in this post, because there's a lot that we're talking about here. Okay. So Rosalie, direction for your daughter. What does your daughter need to know? There's an ending that she's going through right now. It might be, could be a breakup, could be something with a job, but there's an ending here. So with this card, the World card, it's similar to the tarot deck. It means an ending and a new beginning. When a door closes, a window opens, or there's in other words, there is something that ends, but there's going to be this whole new way of life, a whole new beginning. But I feel like she's stuck in the ending part of it, okay? I feel like she's a little bit like not seeing that the other door is opening, because she's so kind of like this, staring at the closed door that's shut, that she's not looking at the door that's opening for her. And I wish I could get her out of that and put her into the more sort of positive of the door is opening, not just the closed door that she keeps staring at. I feel like this might actually, keep feeling it could have something to do with career or schooling, or what she's going to do kind of when she grows up, or some kind of thing. I don't know. And I say grow up, I'm still waiting to do that myself. So just to let you know. But I do feel like it's one of those things that she's looking too much at the ending instead of the new beginning. So hopefully that helps. And I feel like it's something that's going to come to her. I don't feel like she has to really seek it out, but she has to recognize the door is opening and to go toward the open door. I always tell people, go toward the open doors, okay? When you have a million doors that shut on you and the universe is like no and no and no and no and no, yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta like muscle it up and just, fight your way. But like, how much fighting really should you have to do when doors constantly are opening and opening and opening? Go that way, okay? And for some reason we like to, it's almost like we're in our big SUVs driving, and there's a big roadblock and it's like, go this direction. And then we're like, no, I have an SUV. I'm going straight. I'm going to go straight through that barricade. And the angels are like, go that way. So I hope that helps. Don't get in the SUV, go in the Prius, and then just put your blinker on and turn the way that the angels want you to turn. So, Kirsten, this is not a tarot deck. This is a special deck that is out of print, and I'm sorry, but this is out of print, and this is my Linda Goodman deck. So just to let you know. Okay, so, oh no, Katrina. Okay, dear friend of mine has a concussion, many struggles due to the concussion. Yes, I will definitely pull a card for her. Man, TBIs are rough. I have a friend, really close friend of mine that has one, and it's really hardcore. So I will pull a card for you. I have a little gnat in here that's flying around, which of course is right when I'm on camera. Okay, so what does your friend need to know with the concussion? Man, concussion and neck. I'm really getting a lot of neck pain too. So I don't know if that friend hurt their neck as well, but I'm getting it all like even in my upper shoulders there. Yeah. Ooh, I'm sorry. Okay, so the moon card, I don't know if you can see, but she doesn't know. She only has this little small, see this sliver of light that she's trying to guide her boat. And everything else is cloudy, foggy, fuzzy. It's just obscured. She gets these bouts of confusion. I would say, I know that you're saying concussion, but I'm really feeling like, how do I say this? I know a TBI is, a concussion is a form of a TBI, but I feel like it's affecting more than that. Like I feel like it's affecting memory. I feel like she's maybe even having visual, because I'm feeling really kind of weird right now with my visual. So there's a visual component to that. I don't know if it's like the darting lights and all that. And I know some of that's concussion stuff. But I feel like it's kind of what you would call a not good, like a bad concussion. Like, I don't know if there's grading of concussions or whatever, but I feel like this one's pretty serious concussion. And so I would love to see her get some really good doctors and because she has to rest, and that's going to be really hard. I want to pull a different card for her, okay? Because I'm feeling like, because she kind of already knows this. The moon card is just, and by the way, that could be a long, slow process of healing too with the moon, because the moon is like confusion and there's no definitive anything and we don't have answers. So I do want answers, because that's what you're asking. So let's see if we can help Katrina's friend here. I don't know if she does something with children or if that's part of the kind of challenge that she has, and she has her own children that she maybe needs help with, co-parenting or some kind of like additional help if she has her own kids. But I feel like there's something with her and kids that's also part of the thing. Like maybe she can't rest, she can't relax, she can't do what she needs to do because she has kids. And I feel like that's a thing too. So I hope that helps. Obviously there's not a magic pill that I can tell you about, or a magic trick. I feel like she just really needs to rest. And I guess if her friends or people that she knows and loves, if she does have kids, that she can get help, because I feel like she needs additional help, or that she also has a life purpose of helping kids herself. But the problem is when you have that sort of, kids are not great for TBIs. Kids can make you have a headache, okay, sometimes. And so that doesn't help. So because it says part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. That's for your friend Katrina. So that was the card she got. But I kind of feel like that has something to do with her own children. If she has kids, you haven't said anything yet, Katrina. So I don't know. But that's what I got. So I hope that helps. I don't know if Katrina is still on the broadcast or not. Oh, cool. Mary said, just wanted you to know that I ran for county board and was elected. I didn't forget your advice. I told you would get elected. Yay. Yay. That's such good news. I love seeing you guys achieve. You guys are awesome. I just say, you guys achieve, you guys can do what you need to do. That's why I always try to give my advice to help people, and hopefully that works. Yes, you're welcome, Katrina. I hope that helps. But I'm so proud of you, Mary. That's awesome. Katrina, does she have children? Because that was like a big thing I was getting, and you didn't confirm or not. But there's something with kids with this person. And so anyway, so I hope that helps. All right, so I want to pull a collective card here. What does everybody need to know? I want to switch decks. I'm switching all kinds of decks with you guys. And we'll say prayers for her too. Okay, so Lori said, when we burn the manifestations, what intentions should be behind it? What rituals do you use? Okay, that's perfect. I want to pull a new moon card, but I love this question because it goes into the new moon. So it can be anything. Your manifestation could be anything. Okay. Oh yes, Ashley said, don't forget about the portal. Okay, I'll talk about the portal too. Manifestations can really be anything that you want. I just say that keep it positive, obviously. But, love, career, health, finances, decluttering, any kind of thing, okay? Any kind of a thing where whatever it is you want, you can put on your new moon list. I always say leave the how off the list, write out the list. And you said, what ritual do I do or what intentions? I write it like a letter almost to my angels. I literally write it out like my spirit guides and angels. Thank you so much for what you brought me previously. I go pretty in depth into my list. You don't have to, but I choose to do that because I like to put a lot of energy, into the manifesting. I write out, thank you, angels, for all of your help. And then I start listing out all the things that I would like to manifest. And then I fold it up, put it under my pillow. On the full moon, when I burn it, and that's going to be on November 30th of this month, I bring it out again and I reread the list and I thank the angels. I'll even hold it on my heart. And then I burn and destroy the list. Okay, so that's the thing. So release it with gratitude, with grace, and that's the intention behind it. It should always be good and positive. I never do that when I'm feeling down or in a negative mood. I always just release it with a lot of positivity and gratitude. Katrina said she has responsibility for a disabled mom. Got you. I felt like somebody else was relying on her, even though it's not a child. That's interesting that her mom is relying on her, and it's almost like now she needs help to help the mom. Like it's like she needs relief. I feel like she needs somebody else to come in and help her. Okay, so if it wasn't children, it's the mom. That makes sense. I feel like someone else was responsible or relying on her. Okay, good. Okay, Ashley, 11/11. Okay, so what is 11/11? So 11/11 is a portal. I call it the portal day. This year it is 11/11 on a Wednesday, and it's also Veterans Day too. So we want to make sure that we, send out our prayers for veterans and people that we know that had fought for our country. But 11/11 is a portal day, meaning that 11 is a master number. Okay, so in numerology, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, they're all master numbers. So 11 is a big, powerful master number. And in astrology, in numerology, basically it's like considered to be a higher sort of numerological association. Now, 11s can be tricky because I always say to people, when we say a master number, in our human mind, a lot of times we think that means the person has things mastered. No. Okay, the master program is more advanced than the other programs, meaning that that's like having a PhD in life. So portals are interesting where they basically open us up to karma, which can be good or bad. Okay, it's a combination of, could be blessings and gifts and wonderful things, or it could be something we need to kind of work on. And believe me, I've had both things happen on portal days. But portal days in numerology are a big day, okay? Almost like portal, meaning stuff goes in and stuff comes out, and stuff goes in and stuff, so it's kind of like that. So portal days are powerful, usually. And it's kind of like a grab bag. It's like, okay, so do we have good karma from previous lifetimes, or even good karma from this lifetime where we were helping others and we were donating money, we were doing all kinds of stuff, and, you know, we were walking our you know, elderly neighbor's dog for her, and, like, you know, doing different things? Or is this a karmic day where we're getting our comeuppance, you know, kind of a thing? So I can't answer it as an all one way positive or all one way negative. It's just kind of what your deal is and what your life has been like. But I will say it's a karmic day. And big things can happen on portal days. So even though astrology wise on that day, it basically is a very quiet day, astrologically speaking. But on portal days, it is a big day, so astrologically speaking. So we had another portal day this year. Earlier in the broadcast, I was talking about the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction happened on 4/4. Well, this year is a 4-year. So this year there was a 4/4/4, and I wrote about that on my astrology page just so that you guys know. But that was another portal day. It was 4/4/4 day, and then we have 11/11. Every year 11/11 is a portal day. Even though this year is a 4-year, it's 11/11/4, but it's okay. It's still 11/11, so that's a big day. So every year it's different. Marianne asked, "Are there other portal days?" Every year there's different. It depends on the numerology. So Lori said, "Are there any rituals you suggest for portal days?" So portal days, I usually just kind of almost treat it like a new moon day. It's a good time for manifesting, a good time for doing candle work, or, you know, any kind of thing like that. You can burn incense. You know, I don't know if you guys have a home altar. I have an altar at my home, and I will do some candle work and some stuff on my altar, light some incense. Smudging and saging is a good time to do on a portal day, all of that stuff. But it's also good to do on the new moon too. So you could kind of do it, because this year in particular, the portal day and the new moon are only a few days apart. So that's a thing. So, and yes, somebody already booked me 11/11 at 11. So just in case of people are I've been having a lot of people text me, "Do you have 11 open on 11/11? It's already booked. But I have other times, I think maybe one time open on that day. I have to take a look. So other people already thought of that. So let's see. So Andrea said, "Could you sell a home on 11/11, close out one part and open to the next?" Absolutely. 11/11 would be a fun day to do that on. And like I said, astrologically speaking, there's not much happening. In fact, the morning 6 a.m. to 11 a.m., the moon's going to be void, of course, in Virgo, and then the rest of the day it'll be in Libra. So I would say any paperwork being signed should be after 11 a.m., 11:09 a.m. Eastern time. If you're going to be signing paperwork, Andrea, or if you're asking for a friend, that's basically what the deal is. Okay, so I hope that I answered that question about the portal day, and I will be posting more about that, on my astrological page. But I want to get to our card for the week. So let's get our card for the week, and then I have to wrap up. Whoop. Wow. Okay. So I had a card fly out. Feeling safe. I can't remember last week what card we got. I don't know if anybody remembers last week's card, but feeling safe. It flew out. You guys saw. It was like, so I always honor these flyouts. You have to honor the flyout. So maybe perhaps after the election, tensions are winding down, things are happening, we're feeling a little bit safer, though probably not after you unfortunately watch the forecast about the pandemic stuff. But come on, we're already in the middle of it. We know what the deal is, so we need to feel safe. Feeling safe is all about root chakra. Okay, so if you guys, I didn't go over my stones for the week, but whenever I see Scorpio bloodstones, the very first stone that I think of, okay, definitely tourmaline is another one, which I don't have in front of me right now. But feeling safe is definitely good for all of those darker colored stones, the protection stones, you know, all these wonderful protection stones. Root chakra is down, you know, basically around the very, very lowest part of the pelvis, we'll just say, near the private parts. And the root chakra is safety and security. So it's a deep, deep red, like a garnet red. You want to pull down, ground into the ground and do some grounding stuff. I think a lot of us have been feeling kind of flight or fight. And I'm not talking about being a Democrat, Republican. I'm not talking about all that. I'm just talking about just with everything that's been going on, the election, the upheaval with racial protesting and just different things. You all know. I don't have to go on the recap. You already know. Now is the time to start to work on some of that safety and security. And boy, when you talk about Scorpio, that's definitely, because Scorpio is literally the sexual organs. So it's ovaries, it's uterus, it's prostate for men, it's the anus, it's all of that stuff is scorpionic stuff. So that's root chakra and a little bit of sacral chakra too. So we want to make sure that we use dark red or even orange, okay, as another good one. So like this jasper kind of color, and that's all those lower chakra areas, and that's some scorpionic stuff. So Laura said, I know in terms of angelic signs, it means higher purpose in life, which is still left to be determined, right? Which is kind of like a karma kind of thing. What are your thoughts about 11 minutes on every hour? Yeah, I mean, so, you know, the 11 number, which I could go into, I should probably record a whole video about that. But yeah, in terms of angel numbers, in terms of whatever, 11 basically means that, you know, you want to be able to kind of, I like to say a prayer. Every time I see 1111, 111, some people know I text them their numbers, or they text me numbers. And so whenever the numbers are, it's a new beginning. You know, whenever you get that many ones together, it's a new beginning. So, yeah, it's a time, I always say a little prayer, and like it's a time of being able to manifest. It's like another portal. You know, those portal numbers, those master numbers are fun to play with. So I hope that helps. So feel safe, everybody. We got to get back into our feeling of safety, security, all that good stuff. You know, Scorpio is that root chakra, safety, security. So we'll manifest on that new moon on this weekend. And so I hope that helps everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys want to have a personalized astrological session based on your own unique birth time and birth information, I'd be happy to book a session with you. Also, I am a psychic medium, a medical intuitive, and more. So if you want, send me a text, okay? That's the best way to get a hold of me, or you can send me a DM, a direct message through Facebook, though texting's better. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Happy new moon. Be safe. Okay, everybody, we need to be safe. That's the other thing. So we're going to be safe and continue all of our stuff that we're doing. All right. Namaste, everybody. Have a good evening and happy new moon.